Hi, it's me again. Today I'd like to go on record with my testimony. Some of this people have heard, but some of it they haven't heard the whole thing. So it might be pretty long. I'll break it up into parts. Part one. When I was a boy, I went to the Catholic Church, and my parents, they weren't much good Catholics. They would only go to church on Christmas and Easter. But I remember laying in bed at night in the dark and looking up in the corner of my bedroom, and maybe through the imagination of a little boy's mind, I could see a face up in the corner that was looking down on me and smiling. And when they talked about my Father in heaven, that's what I thought they meant. Then later on, I kind of fell away from the Catholic Church. I didn't go anymore. I was already in graduate school in New York City, and I was walking down the street in Lower Manhattan, and it was a Sunday morning, and I was walking down, and I saw these two men with flowers on their lapel and three-piece suits on. They opened the door to this church and they said, "Welcome, come on in." And so I was on my way to have breakfast and read the newspaper, and I thought, well, sure, let me go see what's inside there. So I walked in, and at first I didn't even think they were talking to me. I thought they were talking to someone else. But I went inside the church and I sat down, and they played some music. I really liked it. The pastor he came out and he read from the Bible, and I thought, wow, that's pretty good. I heard a lot about the Bible, but I never really read it. And he read the Christmas story, which I never heard before, even though everybody knows the Christmas story. Do they actually ever hear the actual words in the Bible, in the book of Luke? So I was impressed, and then the pastor got out there and he said, after the service, we're having refreshments down in the basement, and you're all invited to come down into the basement. And so, like, being a graduate student and hungry on my way to breakfast, I was down there. I was chowing down on coffee and bagels and all the things they had. And I got in the corner. This guy comes up to me, and he's an older guy. I found out that he was a professor of history at the university, although I didn't know him. And he gets me in the corner there, and he starts asking me all these advanced theological questions, like, do I believe in the virgin birth? Do I believe in the Assumption of Mary? I didn't know what her assumption was, but he kept asking me all these questions. And I didn't know that it was okay not to know these. I thought that everyone there knew these answers, and he was like testing me to see if I really belonged there. And I thought that if I failed the test, he would call the police and come and arrest me. And so I was kind of a little scared there, and so I put down my coffee, and I started thinking, well, I'll bend my shoulder like this, and I'll come up fast. I'll check him, he'll go flying this way, and then I'll go up the stairs, and I'll be out on the street before they even know what happened. And I put down my coffee, and I ate the last of the bagel, and I kind of went like this to get ready to tackle him. And just about that time, I heard a man yell out, he said, Ted, are you harassing the guests again? I've told you, Ted, that you should stop harassing those guests. They're only we keep telling you that. And he goes, oh, I am so sorry he's harassing you. I'm so sorry. Please come this way. And that was the assistant pastor of the church. His name was Henry Rushmauer. And we became friends, and he taught me a lot of stuff that I'm going to talk about in the next part of my testimony. But I started going to the church and learning stuff and learning hymns and learning to dress properly and all that kind of stuff. Churchianity I learned, but I didn't really know God.